The care of the ancestors. Today, I will continue to tell the story of the personal experience of the people of Shandong Mountain. One year when his father was sick and hospitalized, the people of Shandong Mountain and his elder brother arranged a marriage for his younger brother, and the new house was set up in the hall of that courtyard. At about 11 o'clock the night before the wedding, the brothers were busy with all kinds of trivial things in the West house to rest. And the elder brother was leaning on the head of the bed and talking to the Shandong Mountain people, when suddenly his face was pale, his eyes were dull, and he froze motionlessly. When the Shandong Mountain people saw this, they thought he was tired, so they beckoned his brother to lie down and sleep well. Which brother came to his senses, pulled up the Shandong Mountain man, and hurriedly rushed out of the West house and climbed onto the roof of the South house. The night was clear and the stars were like a fight. After sitting on the roof, my brother mysteriously lowered his voice and said to the people of Shandong Mountain, "Just now, when I was half asleep and half awake, I saw that the West house was full of people, and as soon as my heart moved, I knew that they were the ancestors of our family. There is an old man who we should call his cousin uncle, and he doesn't go to the grave to inform his ancestors when he does a happy event. This is that there is no ancestor in his eyes. Tomorrow we will not be able to make it happen smoothly for them." At this time, the grandfather of the Shandong Mountain stood up and opened his mouth. The elder brother had never seen the grandfather, but the strange thing was that he clearly knew in his heart that it was dead grandfather for many years. Grandpa said loudly, "The adults are sick and not at home. The two children are busy worrying about marriage. What is not thoughtful? We are all close relatives of the same blood, please bear with me. I can put it bluntly, if anyone makes a fuss at a happy event tomorrow, then don't blame me for turning his face. With my two grandsons in town, you can't afford to make waves." Seeing this, the elder brother of the Shandong Mountain man screamed in shock, saying that it was too late, and the room of people disappeared in an instant. The elder brother immediately admonished, "No matter what strange things happen tomorrow, we have to be calm and patient. Don't tell our mother and your sister, so that they don't have to be cautious and panicked." The next day, my brother's wedding was successfully held, and it was solemn and festive from beginning to end. And nothing unusual happened. The elder brother of the Shandong Mountain is a doctor of science and engineering, and he never believes in any ghosts and gods. This bizarre and terrifying personal experience slightly shook his consistent scientific worldview. Unfortunately, he was still a staunch materialist and did not believe in ghosts and gods. Now think about the words of the grandfather of Shandong Mountain. There are two doctors in his family, which is really glorious and proud. Dare to love this ghost, but also fear and fear-cultured people. In 2000, the mother of the Shandong Mountain people passed away, and the mourning hall was also set up in the hall of the courtyard of the hometown. I have personally participated in the funeral in Shandong. I still have a little say in this point, from the suspension of the soul to cremation, and then to the final burial. There is a set of very strict and meticulous steps and procedures. The family must be fully involved, full dedication. At first, I thought it was a bit of a performative formalism to go through such a lot of effort. But an elder in my husband's family told me that there are only two moments in the life of ordinary people. One is a wedding and the other is a funeral. Therefore, out of respect and mourning for the deceased, there must be a sense of ritual. The words of the elders made me fall into deep thought. And finally I participated in the grand funeral with emotion. The night before the cremation of the mother of the Shandong Mountain people, after being busy with all the things that were ushered in and sent during the day, the Shandong Mountain people went to the West house to rest, and the elder brothers and sisters stayed in the hall to keep vigil. He tilted his head on the bed and turned his head, and saw his mother come out of the hall and come all the way to him. And her posture was the same as when she was alive. The mother walked straight to the bed of the Shenggong mountain man, stared at him with great affection for a long time, and then made a gesture of covering the quilt with the Shenggong mountain man, as if holding something invisible in both hands. The people of Shenggong mountain immediately understood that his mother had fallen asleep on the bed. When he saw that he had not covered anything, worried that he would catch a cold. At the same time, he felt the chill that penetrated his heart, and spleen enveloped him instantly, and he woke up in shock. He walked into the courtyard, but saw his brother running out of the hall in a panic. And when he saw him, he said, "I seem to have a dream just now, and I saw our mother go out of the hall, walk to your bed in the west house, and stretch out her hands as if to pinch you. In a hurry, I woke up." Only then did the people of Shenggong mountain realize that their brother had the same dream as him at the same time, but from a different perspective. From his brother's point of view, his mother's gesture of stretching out her hands to cover herself with a quilt seemed to be about to choke his neck. I asked the people of Shenggong mountain, as a highly educated scientific research worker, if they believe that there are ghosts in this world. The father-son replied that he did not believe, but believed. But as for what a ghost is, I'm afraid no one can explain it accurately and thoroughly. And those who can affirm it are that ghosts are the existence and continuation of a kind of spiritual consciousness, carrying the emotions and memories of the deceased. As mentioned in a story about our ancestors, even if we have never met our ancestors, there is an invisible bond from blood that cannot be broken. Death can cut off everything in the material world, but family affection and love will be passed on from generation to generation.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and put notification on to watch more videos. If you have similar experience, please comment and let me know your experience.